Orion Township Clerk's Office and the Orion Township Public Library are proud to announce their participation in a national, nonpartisan effort to increase the political participation of people with disabilities. This effort, known as the Rev Up campaign, has designated July 15th through July 19th, 2019 as National Disability Voter Registration Week in advance of the November 2020 elections. Karen, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me, Penny. I'm glad to be here.
I was really excited when you contacted the township and said, we want to have a voter registration event at the library.
Yes, absolutely. We in this one in particular, because it's targeting people with disabilities, but anybody hopefully will be welcome to participate in the event as well. But we do a lot with people with disabilities at the library. We have a lot of groups that'll come in and volunteer at the library, and we see them around a lot. And I just thought it would be a really neat opportunity for them to make sure, if they're not already registered to vote, give them a chance to learn more about what that process would look like for them.
This is a wonderful opportunity for people to get some hands-on experience because the Township Clerk's Office is bringing our staff.
That's fantastic.
Along with the voter assist terminals, which will help people with whatever disability they might be experiencing, whether it's a language barrier, they can't hear well, read well, whatever the case might be, they are able to use those voter assist terminals.
That's great.
We have so much equipment and so much resource for them.
That's really great. I think a lot of people probably don't even know that that's an option for them. So just having that awareness out in our community in Orion so that people know that it doesn't matter, you can still vote and participate. I think that's wonderful.
So how are you spreading the word?
So we spread the word through a lot of different things. We're sending out a press release, of course, and we put everything up on our social media sites. We'll have flyers in the library as well, and any way that we can, that we normally send things out through our Facebook page and Twitter and on our website. So
this is fantastic.
And then
so
obviously
a lot of events.
Yes, and so we have a lot of people coming into the library this summer, so hopefully a lot of people will see it involved in the flyers and posters and things like that we have in the library as well. So.
Fantastic. So I'm very excited that it's 2 days. We're going to do this on July 15th in the morning as well as the afternoon, and then again we're going to repeat the process on July 17th.
That's wonderful. That's really going to be a lot of help for everybody that comes in to check that out, so we'll be sure to spread the word, and having your staff there is going to be key because you can answer questions for any of the voters that might have questions about the process or what's going to be on the ballot, even those kinds of things, if we know that. So
every voice matters.
Absolutely.
And we've got to make sure that we are making provisions for everyone to be able to vote.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, and I think that's a wonderful opportunity.
So there is Help America Vote, and that's really a great campaign that gets people engaged, and it has been ongoing for a number of years, and that's where a lot of the equipment has been able to be instituted in our past elections, and now brand new equipment that we're looking at since 2018 for voters that may have a disability.
Okay, that sounds really great, and I'm so glad you're able to bring that and show it off.
And all of our election inspectors have been trained, so when a voter gets to the precinct on Election Day in 2020, they will be able to have some assistance getting started with the process, and then from there it really is at their pace.
That's wonderful. That's really great. So
we'll have to get you to try it as well.
I will have to try it.
We do encourage people, even if they don't have a disability, to just use that equipment
to understand.
Yep, to understand it and to spread the word.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're also partnering a little bit with Lori Morris at the library. She's our volunteer specialist, and she helps with a lot of the special needs groups that come into the library. And so Lori's going to be on site as well during this time to help out. I think she's spreading the word especially to her volunteer groups that come from phases and other programs in the community that highlight these special needs groups. So
this is fantastic.
Yeah.
We are expecting a high turnout. We're preparing in the clerk's office for that, and I know you are too.
Always.
You have some special locations set up. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it'll be just right in the lobby of our library, which is a great gathering space now for our community. And so we're going to set up some tables and provide some space for your equipment out there, so everybody that walks in can kind of see it and go, oh, what's going on over there, which we find to be a really good thing for people that are just wandering in and may not have heard about it prior, so they can help spread the word too.
I'm happy to be in that space.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good time.
We are always grateful to the Orion Township Library because you're a precinct for a regular election.
We are, yes, and we're very happy to be involved in the election process in that way. We feel that the library is a very important partner in this community, and being able to provide space for the voters to come in is a really great thing. Sometimes some of those voters don't come in except for on voting day, and so it's our opportunity to show off our library as well.
We appreciate that immensely.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the Help America Vote Grant funding, we were able to do a small grant a while back with the library with the prior administration before you came in.
Oh, very good, yes.
And we installed some handicap van accessible right-of-way areas right at the side of the library.
Yes, yes, and those are always in use, so thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, that was pretty special. We are so fortunate to be able to be at the library as a precinct, and we hear from our election workers, can you assign me to the library? That's my favorite.
Oh, that's really good to hear. I love feedback like that people like to be there. Before coming over to the studio to talk to you today, we just had a program at the library. It was a Toy Story party that we were celebrating the launch of the new Toy Story movie. Oh. There were over 100 people in our meeting room, most of them under the age of 5.
Oh, beautiful.
Super excited about partying with us and our Toy Story characters and our youth librarians. So we get all sorts of people that come through the building, and it's a wonderful opportunity.
You are a very busy agency in the community.
We are, and we love to be that way.
We're thankful for you.
Of course.
I love the used book sales the Friends of the Library put on.
Thank you.
And the interesting story is several years back, Jill Bastian, our former township clerk,
absolutely,
as well as Marie English.
Yes.
She was prior to Jill Bastian, and myself were all at the exact same spot in the library looking at used books.
Oh, wow.
We ended up on a corner together, and we just started laughing because we said that's what happens with clerks.
Yep.
Whether they retire or they're active, they always want to be at the library.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it was neat. It was a special moment.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll have another one of those great book sales coming up in September.
Okay.
So that'll be our next book sale, but we always have the books that are available for sale in the lobby at all times. So those are always available. People can come in any day and shop those shelves and take home a treasure. You just never know what you might find.
Ah, I might be there tonight after work.
Oh, there you go.
That's good to know.
Absolutely.
What about donations? How do you get those?
I was just going to mention that as well. Thank you for having that segue. So donations are welcome at all times that the library is open as well. We have just behind where the used books shelves are in the lobby, there's a couple of big bins where we collect any donations that come in. The Friends of the Library are an extremely active group. We have volunteers that were there this morning, and they come in every week, twice a week, to sort the books that come in donations. These people are probably well retired, most of them, and this is their way of getting out in the community during the week. They are so dedicated to our library, it's amazing to me. They go through and sort all of these books, and then 3 times a year when we do the big book sales, we have them put in the meeting room and do the sales that way. But then there's also a group that handles the shelves on an ongoing basis as well. And they're very dedicated folks. And so we take any kind of used book donations as long as it's in a sellable condition, so not falling apart, perhaps.
And not stinky, preferably.
Right, exactly. So those things are always welcome at the library, and then we can turn around and sell them. And all of the funding that the Friends raise through their book sales and other fundraising events help with the programming at the library. So like the Toy Story party that I mentioned, all the supplies and activities for the kids we were able to purchase because of the fundraising of our Friends.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about the funding stream for your library, for your events, and all of the services that you provide to everyone in the community?
Sure. So the vast majority of our funding comes through local taxes. There is a local millage that's in perpetuity. It's a 1.5 mills for the library specifically, although it has been rolled back, so we're actually collecting about 1.2 or so right now on that.
Yes.
And there are also tax captures that have come out of that as well. So some of our millage dollars go to the DDA and the CIA and other sources as well. But the local tax dollars that do come into our library are used for all of our operating costs, all of our collections that we are able to share with the community. My librarians love being able to purchase books and DVDs and audiobooks and board games now and puzzles and technology and all sorts of things that we can share in our community. And through mostly local funding, we get a little bit from the state of Michigan, not very much. And we are also always looking for grants so that we can get more money into the community so that we can have more activities and events.
You're a great steward.
Thank you. Yeah, we try very hard.
And you can see where the growth has occurred in the community. So we need to help support our library any way we can as a community.
That would be wonderful, yes. And I live here in the community and I do the same thing, yes.
Yeah. Well, there's a steady stream
Yes.
that's pulling in and out of the parking lot, and always something available for anyone who wants to stay active with the library.
Absolutely, yep. And if you're homebound even, we actually have staff that'll go to your home and bring you things from the library, so you don't have to come every day to the library. Yep.
Oh.
We get people that come via the Notibus, of course, but also people that will come in all sorts of ways. We get school trips that are able to come over to the library, but again, we also try to go out into the library. We take our book bike out on the trails. Some of you may have seen me out at the parade and out on the other activities around the community. And so we try to do as much in our building as well as outside within the community of Lake Orion as well, so that we can bring the library out to our wonderful residents.
You have many little baby libraries out in the parks.
We
That
do.
is so precious. And the kids, my granddaughter runs up and checks those all the time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Let's talk about that.
Those are the little free libraries that we have, and we built them, and then just recently we partnered with the Orion Art Center to identify some local artists to help us decorate them.
Ooh.
And so this summer there's actually still going on a little campaign for people that can go on our website at orionlibrary.org and vote for your favorite newly decorated little library. We're going to have a community choice winner at the end of the summer.
That's exciting.
But also wonderfully with that, we have volunteers that help stock those little libraries as well, so that they keep sure that there's all sorts of books available for all ages in those libraries as well. So.
That's fantastic. And I hear the timer's going off, so that's really a great wrap up.
Yeah.
But you got to be there for the kids as well as the adults. But that is a fascinating thing to pull into any park just about and find a beautiful little mini library.
Yep.
Karen, I so appreciate you coming in today, and I'm really looking forward to that week in July where we'll partner with the voter registration.
That sounds great, Penny. I'm really looking forward to it as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please forgive the timer that's going off, folks, but that's all the time we have today, and we're really glad that you could be a part of this segment of Orion Outreach. We'll see you at the library in July. Have a great day, everyone.